Hello everyone, I'm Silverraptor and welcome to another Wargame Red Dragon replay commentary video. So today, I have to you a game where I will be playing as Yugoslavia. Finally, after the last game where I played with Marin, we just did a quick fun 1v1, and then Marin had to go and do bigger and better things. So, in the meantime, this is my first official actual game against other random players, and I am joined with Bubblebox in this game really quickly. So this is the first kind of touch that I've had on when I first touched my Yugoslavia deck and actually going off and throwing it against the wolves that is multiplayer, because I don't do AI when I first make a deck. I go against players because the AI cheats and it's just a defense fest against massive swarms of units coming from the AI going directly to your spawn. So I like to play against players, see how they react, and then adapt to my deck in the process. So, like I said, I am playing Yugoslavia, and Bubblebox is playing Poland-Finland Alliance deck, whatever that's called. I haven't made a deck of that yet, so I'm just going to go briefly over the units that we have. So first off, I put my command tank here in the back line. I've put it in this forest area because it can see any coming down from this road or anything trying to come across the forest here. It does mean it's a little weak over on this side, so that's why I said to Bubble, I'll take this town and I will basically try to cover my tank's own rear right here, and then he'll be responsible for Fedor to Boris. I'm from Anna to Boris, and we just basically are going to share Boris in terms of security, and basically we have each our two sides and decide to help out. So at the start, I'm going to send an infantry command over to capture into Anna. Actually, I can probably start while I do this. And I've got a contingent over here. I've got a recon tank as well as another APC to help give exceptional recon. I've also got another recon tank, it looks like, and some plenty of infantry. And those are going to be taking up the buildings here, and the tanks are going to be in the forest the way outside to make sure they don't try to come and push across Anna. And then in the center, I have another recon unit, this time carrying infantry, and it's also recon itself, as well as some greyhounds. They're just going to quickly go across and just provide any kind of recon information. Artillery comes, but it's a little late where our troops are concerned. We've already passed that area quite well. I have also some infantry and some APCs, and of course some nice, awesome 2800 range Savas. I'll just call them Savas instead of, I almost said Strelas, but they're technically not Strelas. And I've got some mortars in the rear. Now over on the left, Bubblebox Sokol is engaging and keeping the enemy from doing a lightning blitzkrieg into Fedor to get to this town right here. Bubblebox has got a CV in position, but he's only got 2 APCs that have made it. Everything else must be tracked or BTR 50. He's kind of, oh, he didn't actually send a whole lot here. So Scott 2AM, I think, has some Commandozi and some Yakari 90s were in the XA 185 KT, but with the autocannon it should be able to stop that. He needs to unload those. He's taken up into a huge defensive position here in the center between Fedor and Boris. He really took that to heart, as we're also being engaged right here in the center by a bunch of units coming down. So the enemy is actually doing a pretty creative push. He's using napalm to try to screen their advance. Commandozis are going to have to try to hold off with their RPGs. The XA-185 is hitting the Canadian Airborne, which probably were dropped out of these vehicles before they came across. So that was a little bit of a blunder. He should have just had the infantry in with the vehicle as they come across. Over in the center here, I have unloaded my drugs and silos, and they're going to be, or shilos. And then I'm just basically providing covering, supporting fire, and then being the front line here in this area. And he's throwing everything he has. 2 M1A2 Abrams are just coming down, just shooting at all that's available. All of my stuff is shooting at everything else. Greyhounds are helping. Vidras are helping. And these M1A2s are huge investments. And Harambe really invested a lot of stuff here that it's kind of throwing it away here at this point. He's even sending a hemp forward, which is of course a resupply truck. And if it gets close enough to my units, like that, I get control over it. So Krakula is trying to assist himself and basically dropped a bunch of cluster munition over this location. It did help out, soften up for whatever vehicle that was. In the meanwhile, lots and lots of hectic fighting are going over here on the right. My Vitas are almost out of fire as they're being engaged by a CS, which is just going to keep its Vulcan gun on continuously, just stunned up. My drugs are getting in on the action, firing their ATGMs, and just barely missing that M1A2 Abrams that is on 1 HP left. That CS has taken a hit from a Greyhound as I dropped, I believe, a bomb and killed one M1A2 as drugs killed the other M1A2 in the process, as this Greyhound is trying to aim this final shot, but instead gets taken out by Bubble Box XA-185 and Harambe surrenders. So he basically threw everything in the middle, see if it works. It didn't. He left, and now Kragula is basically has teammate abandonment issues right now. So Leopard C2 Mexis did provide a bit of trouble. He did do a pretty good job on advancing. It was a clever touch. If he had his infantry in those vehicles, he probably could have gotten to this building complex and really put the pressure on, though Kamandozi would have been hard to crack. But that was an interesting push, and definitely something I would probably want to try in terms of wheeled vehicles. Well, now that Harambe has lost, and that was basically all his stuff, we knew that because there was 2 M1A2s in the process, and he was throwing everything there. I moved his hemp that he donated to me to try to resupply the Vidras after all the stuff that they donated right here. And so he's artillerying, I guess he's artillerying near where my CV is. Some aardvarks with cluster munition are dropping lots of cluster, almost taking out Bubble Box's Salamandra. And he's just kind of trying to guess where my tank is and try to see if he can stop this off. But I didn't put my tank here. I put it back a little bit into the forest line, so that is safe and sound. As I was just guessing where the artillery is about to land. Now I fired 2 jet streams into those towns. They have rockets and napalm rockets as well. The fire has spread in the forest, as you can clearly hear, so my tank had to move. So we're going to ignore that siren blaring in the background. As I dropped a napalm just in case there were infantry in here, I was going to try to keep pushing all the way to Elena, considering how probably a vast amount of forces are here, and they probably haven't invested a whole lot in defense. Some F-18s from Bubble Box goes and quickly shoots down the intruder that was coming in, as my Greyhounds and Vidra are just continuing to trundle forward with their good optics. They should be able to spot something. And we basically have it made, and Karuga surrenders because his teammate kind of did something that I would say is very unsportsmanlike. You just throw it into the middle unless he was new. I don't think he was new now. We can actually look at his profile. No, we can't because I'm in offline mode. But yeah, don't throw everything in the middle and pray it works, because it probably won't. So that was just a quick introduction to Yugoslavia. I was disappointed with the game as well, but I just wanted to show a first touch look at the units, and seemed to have gotten an okay hang of it. So now that I have touched Yugoslavia, I will give you an actual real game where the people are probably have a much better idea for what they're doing. But this is a quick video, just to get something out there, because I know I've been lacking a bit lately, and I'll get you more gameplay video of Finland and Yugoslavia in the near future. So I'll catch you all then. Thank you.